Greetings, I'm Tim of Govberg, and welcome to the world of Jaeger-LeCoultre. Today, I'll be your guide to the proper care and usage of the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Tribute Calendar in 18-karat pink gold. You can see this watch and the entire Jaeger-LeCoultre family of model lines on our website, govbergwatches.com. This timepiece features both a second time zone, blazoned on the reverse of the case, and a complete calendar with moon phase. The watch is actuated through manual winding. With the crown flush to the case in the first position, it's important to turn lightly until you feel resistance form. When you feel firm resistance, the watch's 42-hour power reserve has been completely replenished. At this point, cease to turn the crown, as turning it against resistance past a full wind will severely damage the movement. It's also important to note that with respect to setting the timepiece, there are several different pusher correctors as well as two positions to the crown. The first thing to note is that it's important when setting the day to pull the crown to its second and outermost position and then continue to advance the hour hand such that 2 cycles around the dial changes over the day of the week in the window at 11 o'clock. Once the day of the week has changed over, it's important to advance the hour past 3 a.m. Never set any of the calendar functions between the hours of 10 p.m. and 3 a.m., as these are the hours between which the automatic day, date, month, and moon phase jumping mechanisms are in action. If you attempt to set any of the calendar functions during this period, you risk severely damaging the watch. Once you've set the correct time of the day, having rolled past 12 midnight onto the day that you seek to set, it's important to take note of the pusher correctors on the case flanks. The pusher correctors flank the crown, and there's an additional corrector on the 9 o'clock side of the case. Pusher corrector A is used to correct the month in the aperture at 1 o'clock. Pusher corrector B is used to correct the radial date in the subdial at 6 o'clock. And pusher corrector C on the 9 o'clock side of the case is used to advance the moon phase at 6 o'clock. On the reverse side of the case, a second independent time zone features AM-PM distinction at 6 o'clock below. To set the time zone independently of the local time on the front, it's important to note that there is a hidden actuator in the top of the case. Once the minutes are set correctly, and minutes are coordinated and permanently linked on the front and rear dials of the watch, the corrector unit allows the owner to rapidly cycle the hour to suit a reference time zone. Take note of the AM-PM indicator at 6 o'clock, as this distinguishes between, for instance, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. When the reference time zone, that is, the time zone where the owner of the watch is not at the moment, is set, it's easy to distinguish between day and night. It's also important to note that there are certain handling restrictions that apply to the watch. Beyond those times when you do not want to attempt to manipulate the calendar indications, magnetism is a hazard that needs to be taken into account. Now, magnetism is more prevalent than ever in offices that are extensively electronic, and even in the home, where high-powered speakers and refrigerator doors can inadvertently magnetize the metallic hairspring of the timepiece. Should you suspect that the hairspring of the watch has become magnetized, take it to an authorized Jaeger-LeCoultre independent authorized dealer or factory boutique where specialized equipment is available to demagnetize your watch. If you suspect that the watch may have become magnetized, there's a simple test that can be performed to gauge whether or not the hairspring is magnetized. By using a standard magnetic compass in proximity to the case, move it around the periphery of the watch. If the compass continues to point towards the watch, it means the hairspring has become magnetized. Additional handling restrictions apply with respect to water. Now, this timepiece, which has 3 ATM or 30-meter water resistance as equipped from the factory, nevertheless should be used with care around water, first and foremost because leather is a living, natural, porous material. No leather strap should ever be brought into contact with moisture or water, much less submerged, as it will rapidly degrade the material. Moreover, Jaeger-LeCoultre advises that 3 ATM is sufficient only for surface water activity and none that would involve hydraulic shock or impact with the water. Moreover, water resistance is not a static feature of a watch, and it's important to note, especially with a watch featuring a compact and complex series of case parts and seals such as a Reverso, that water resistance be tested at an authorized dealer minimally every 2 years to ensure that as lubricants dry up and seals age, the watch retains its factory-rated hermeticity. It's also important to note that none of the pusher correctors nor the crown should ever be actuated while the watch is submerged or while there is water still on the case. Finally, with respect to mechanical service, Jaeger-LeCoultre advises a complete factory overhaul every 2 years for a mechanical timepiece. It's important to have this full overhaul, which includes complete disassembly, part inspection, relubrication, regulation, and water testing, as well as full refinishing, only at authorized agencies such as factory-owned boutiques and independent authorized dealers, as these agencies alone have the trained personnel, specialized equipment, original factory replacement parts, and the ability to impart a 1-year factory service warranty on all work and parts used on your watch during the service. To see more of the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso model lines and learn more about how to use your Reverso Tribute Calendar, log on to our website, govbergwatches.com, and call to speak with any of our watch specialists who will be happy to walk you through the proper care, maintenance, and usage of your timepiece.